Hello friends, and welcome to part 2. Okay, so in part in part 1 we have this MTD rototiller with a 5 horsepower engine on it, and what I want to do is prepare it to pull the engine off because it has some kind of problem with the auger gearing or whatever it was. It was my friend Joe's, and there was something he couldn't get apart, and I said, since it's just an MTD, I'm not going to bother trying to fix it myself either. So I want to make sure the engine is good on it. So I'll leave a description to part 1 if anybody wants to check it out. So far, I drained all the gas out of it. I put fresh gas in it. If I prime it, it'll start and run and stall. So I'm thinking there's something wrong with the carburetor. It has a pulse eject carburetor, and it has a fuel pump diaphragm that goes bad sometimes. Then there's a place where you can take the main jet out. I'm going to try to get to the main jet and try to take it out and see if we could get it to run that way. Otherwise I'll have to pull the gas tank because the carburetor is mounted on top of the tank, and then I'll have to pull the carburetor off the tank and replace the fuel pump diaphragm and do a thorough carburetor cleaning on it. So what I'm going to do, I just want to show you that it doesn't run in case you didn't see part 1 of this. I think I explained everything so far that's going on with this. The air filter's like brand new in it too. Okay, so I'll give it a little prime here. I might choke it too. I might have put a little too much gas in it, as I usually do. I'll show you what's going on here. Even if I put my thumb over the carburetor inlet, sometimes you can suck some of the dirt out of it. But I'm kind of leaning towards the fuel pump diaphragm's probably no good. Alright, so the day that we figured this out, I should have ordered the fuel pump diaphragm for it. My phone went wacky. I couldn't go on Google or anything like that. And I got the phone fixed. I got a replacement phone under warranty. And I didn't get to order the carburetor kit for this until this morning. But I have Amazon Prime, so I'm figuring it should be here tomorrow sometime. I want to try to get this done before we pull the engine off. The object of this is I want to just keep this engine and make sure it runs good. The pull cord we had a problem with. It frayed. So I just cut a couple feet off it so we could just use it to start it up to make sure it runs before we pull the engine off. So I'm going to take this top plate off here. I'll choke it so we don't drop any bolts down there. It's still choked. It's 5/16 bolts, just like the air filter cover. So I'm going to pull those off. Take this plate off. I don't know how well this phone's going to work with the recording. It's an upgrade to the phone I had. The other phone I had was like 6 years old and it burned out. Always, when you buy electronics, always get the warranty, because this is a $900 phone then, 6 years ago. So it only costed me $5. I think my 5/16 socket's starting to go. You can use a 5/16 or you can use an 8mm as well. So I want to try to sneak out the main jet and try to clean that and see if we can get it to run again. It's a good running engine. It's like the last of the good Briggs and Stratton engines. So I like to try to save it. Like I said, if you guys want to check out part 1, you can see how much I complain about the new Briggs and Stratton stuff. Well, I complain about everything that's new. You know, everything's just a hunk of junk. Everything's a throwaway item. Everything you buy. Alright, so let's see here. What is happening here? This actually has a carburetor. I gotta let's see. I want to do an investigation on this right now. We're most likely going to have to pull the carburetor off to do anything to it, I would say. So we gotta get a screwdriver on that. This is where the high-speed adjustment screw would be, but they block everything off now, so you can't really gain access to anything anymore. You should be able to pull that out with a screwdriver without taking the choke mechanism off. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing anyway. I'll move the camera around, maybe it could. Alright, so I'll have to cut that part out because the screen went blank, but it was still recording, and I lost my mind. So I'm going to have to edit out all the cursing I did. I have to try to adjust something so it stays on longer, whatever. Anyway, I was here trying to get this plug out. I don't know if I'm even going to get the plug back in here without taking this choke mechanism off. I could easily do that. I might do that. Anyway, I want to get this plug out, and then I'm going to spray some carburetor or brake clean I'll use. Which is a bad thing to do because now you'll be introducing dirt into the pickup screen. Like there's a pickup tube that goes down into the tank. And I'm not even sure if this is going to work anyway. Let's see if I can get my fingers to... Yeah, I kind of can. I think I should have just took out the choke mechanism out of the way. I think I'm going to do that. It's one bolt here that I could see, and one bolt here. I think you use Phillips head will do the trick. And I'll get that out of the way, and I'll get that out, and I'll be right back with you. Okay, so it had one bolt on the inner part here, and that's one of the bolts that mounts the carburetor to the gas tank. And then there was another bolt right out here. So I just undid those 2 bolts. They're Torx. I'm sorry, I don't know what size they were. And then the mechanism, the choke mechanism, has a rod with a Z-bend, and then just pull it out this way and take it out. Alright, so I got that plug out. I don't know if this is going to do anything, but I just stuck some the nozzle in here. I tried to get one of the carburetor cleaning, you can hear it. I don't know if that's going to do anything. I'm thinking the fuel pump's no good. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'll put the plug back in the carburetor. I'm not going to hook up the choke, because I really don't need to. I'll just prime it again. See if we can get it running. If not, then we'll have to get back to it tomorrow, after I get the carburetor kit. I only have about 2 more days to be able to work. It's supposed to rain. Today's Friday. I got tomorrow. I don't know what time the kit's coming. And then Sunday, they say I'll have a half a day before it starts raining in the afternoon. But they're liars anyway. It'll probably start raining Sunday morning. But the biggest problem is next week is supposed to be in the 40s. That's the warmest it's going to get during the day. So, we'll see what happens there. Alright, this thing's loaded with Carb brake clean. Since I shot brake clean in where we took that stud out. So, I'm not going to choke it, and I'm not going to prime it. We'll just see if it starts now. I'm going to put the I'm going to jack that jack up just a little bit. Yeah, I ran my hand over the inlet here, but there was so much brake clean in there, maybe that's why I ran that long. Kill switch is not working. That's hooked to the cable underneath the tank here, so I don't know what's up with that. But yeah, it runs, but it's surging. It almost idles pretty good when I got it off the throttle. Maybe it'll be better. I'm sure it'll be better if we I'm sure it'll be better if I'll put it back together and put the air filter on it, and then we'll try it again. So maybe we got the dirt out of whatever it was. So I'll be back to you. I'm going to put it all back together and then we'll give it another start and see what it's like. Alright, it's all back together now. When I had the air cleaner housing, you know, the part that holds the air cleaner on, when I had that off, I was able to stick my whole palm over the throat of the carburetor. So I don't know if that jarred any dirt loose on that, and I'm not sure. Or the way I cleaned it when I pulled that plug out and I sprayed some brake clean in there. That could have been it too. But it does surge, as you heard before. Let's see how it runs now. But let me know in the comments if you think if I change the fuel pump diaphragm, if that'll do anything. But it'll be best to take the carburetor off, you know, and gas tank assembly, and take off the carburetor and give it a real good cleaning anyway. But I ordered the fuel pump diaphragm, and it was only $7. I think they give you 3, something like that. So let's try it and see what's going on with it. Definitely sounds like it's running 2 lane. That's why I like adjustments on the carburetor, so you can adjust the mixture and everything, you know. But, I mean, it's not idling in the best. If it's standard to be rich and God, it's a box carburetor. So like I said, let me know in the comments if you think if I take the carburetor off, change the diaphragm, and see what happens done with it. It's a lot better now than it was because it wouldn't even run. It only ran when you're trying to. When we give it a little bit of choke, it smooths out a little bit. I wish I had some seafoam left. I don't have any. That would be a good idea to throw in the tank. But I really think that the carburetor should be taken off and taken apart and fixed. But anyway, we got it running. I still have to get a pull cord for it. I don't know if I'm going to continue anything more on this engine here. Depending on what time the diaphragm comes tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I don't know. I have to decide whether to make another video on it. I'm not sure yet. It's running good enough now. I think I'm just going to maybe pull the engine off tomorrow. If we rebuild the carburetor, maybe I'll make another video. And I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you got something out of this. It was like a quick cleaning job without taking the carburetor off, but I'm sure there's still dirt in it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all on the next one, and take care.